energy stored in a capacitor. When you connect capacitor to a battery, then capacitor gets charged. So the plate which is connected to positive terminal of battery acquires positive charge, and plate which is connected to negative terminal will acquire negative charge. So the charging of capacitor is shown in this diagram. Now to charge the capacitor, you have to add the charges to plates A and B here. So we have to do work from outside. That means battery connected will do work to store the charges. To charge the plates, battery will do work. So this work done will appear as energy stored in the capacitor. Work done is stored as energy stored in the capacitor. Now our intention is to calculate energy stored in the capacitor. For this, first we have to define what do you mean by charging a capacitor. A charged capacitor has energy stored in it. If it is uncharged, then there is no energy stored in it. Okay, so that's why we will define what do you mean by charging a capacitor. So in this case, plate A becomes positive charge, plate B becomes negative charge. Now charging a capacitor means taking away a positive charge from negative plate, right? Taking away positive charge from negative plate and transferring it completely to positive plate. So this is the meaning of charging a capacitor. You have to take a positive charge from negative plate. See, negative plate is already deficient of positive charges. From that you have to take a positive charge. Then the field present there, that will oppose it. So against that opposition you have to do work. That is first part. Next you have to transfer this positive charge to positive plate. So you are moving a positive charge from negative plate to positive plate in this direction, but electric field direction is this way. So you are doing work against the direction of electric field. So when you are taking away positive charge from negative plate, there also you will face opposition. When you are adding it to positive plate, there also it will exert opposition. So against that opposition you have to do work. So that work will be stored as energy stored in the capacitor. Now our intention is to calculate this energy stored in a capacitor. Now let us say C is the capacitance of the capacitor and it is being charged. When it is being charged, let us say instantaneous charge at the given instant, instantaneous charge on the capacitor is equal to some Q, and at that instant instantaneous potential difference, let it be some V dash. Then from the definition of capacitance, C is equal to Q divided by V dash. C will be equal to Q divided by V dash, and you can solve for V dash from this. So V dash is instantaneous potential difference between the plates of the capacitor when the instantaneous charge is Q. So it will be Q by C. Call it as equation 1. Now let us say the charge on the capacitor is changed from Q to Q plus dQ. So an additional charge of dQ is being added to the plates. That means you are removing a positive dQ plus dQ from negative plate and transferring it to positive plate. So the charges will become Q plus dQ and minus of Q plus dQ on the respective plates. So to increase this charge, how much work is done? So we have considered a very small amount of charge, additional charge dQ, so that potential difference V dash remains constant during the motion of this charge. Then work done in moving this much charge against the field will be equal to V dash into dQ. So additional charge moved is dQ. Charge into potential difference will give you work done. Now substitute for V dash. So dW will be equal to Q divided by C into dQ. Call it as equation 2. So what is this dW? It is work done to increase the charge from Q to Q plus dQ. So for q to q plus dq, if it is this much, if charge varies from 0 to q, 0 to capital Q, how much work is done? So that is given by integrating this equation. So that should be integral dw, that is equal to integral q by c into dq. Here integration is over q, q ranges from 0 to capital Q. So integral dw will be w. So this work done will be stored as energy. So 1 by c can be taken outside. Q dq, if you integrate, you will get q square by 2 from 0 to capital Q. So you can take 2 outside, 1 by 2c into, substitute upper limit capital Q square, substitute lower limit, you will get 0. So that will be equal to q square by 2c, and this is nothing but energy stored. I will denote it by U. So energy stored in the capacitor is U is equal to q square by 2c. So you can also write this in terms of, here it is in terms of charge and capacitance. You can also write it in terms of capacitance and potential difference, half CV square. You can write it this way, or in terms of charge and potential difference, half Q into V. So all the three are equally valid. So depending on the situation, whether you know capacitance and charge, or capacitance and potential difference, or charge and potential difference, accordingly you can use these equations to calculate energy stored in the capacitor.